Whoa! Ho, 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 ho. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. 2025 Vikings football is upon us. OTAs day one and day two are in the books, and we got a lot of things to react to. Today, we're focusing on JJ McCarthy because, in my opinion, he is our future. This is the reason why I started my channel last year, because I wanted to be part of the JJ McCarthy era in any which way that I could be, whether it was making videos or just being there as many games as I could. It was just something I had the urge to do because I feel so strongly about the potential that we have on this team. But don't get me started, because I can talk your ear off about how much I believe in this team, the the signs that I see in the wind, for lack of a better way of saying. When I read the tea leaves, I see a lot of a lot of potential. And like last year, when I thought we were going to take a big jump, we did. So I'm hoping that my intuition, my insights, the areas that I'm focusing on that I think are going to be a massive factor to this team's development and success are all there. And it all starts with JJ McCarthy. Let's give it a round of applause, guys, for all that he has endured over the last year. You know, all the slander, all the misinformation. Let's be real. We took a procedure that's a minor procedure, and people were talking about it like he had snapped his ACL and we hit it for freaking weeks or pre-draft or whatever it was. But let's get it. Let's not get it twisted. Well, hold on. Let me make sure my mic line USB perfect. Good. I was worried that my mic was coming from my webcam and not from my mic. But anyways, a lot of slanderous talk about the Minnesota Vikings and how stupid it was going to be that they let Sam Darnold go, a potential revitalized franchise quarterback that is more than capable of leading a team to the Super Bowl. I wholeheartedly believe that. I'm a massive Sam Darnold fan now. I have gone through the gambit when it comes to Sam Darnold. I was laughing just like you. I was cracking jokes when he was in Carolina. I was fully on board. Sam Darnold is a laughing stock from everything that I witnessed in New York to Carolina. And yeah, so for me to go from that state of mind, that perspective, to where I am now, where I think that he's a true American. He's the true American quarterback, the American dream, if you would say. You know, he didn't. He got there. He failed. Didn't give up. Continued to work hard to prove that he belonged and that he wasn't just, you know, just some scrub or whatever it is. You know, he didn't give up. Hard work, determination. Isn't that what we all strive for? To put the hard work in and get the results. Last year were phenomenal, right? I held a lot of my judgment when it came to Sam Darnold. I was not, I was very vocal about it, letting everybody know that, yo, we have to wait until the whole season is completed. SKOL for Barber, welcome, dude. What is up, my dude? Before we really took a look and assessed Sam Darnold's reclamation project, he did a fantastic job for us last year, gave us 14 wins. And, you know, a little bit of that old Sam Darnold kind of came in, that inability to control his emotions, the pressure. You know, I'm sure a lot of that, you know, that negative feeling or those insecurities and all that doubt kind of probably crept back into him in that final season, the last game of the season, as well as going into the playoffs. You know, it's got to be tough for a young guy that has been through the ringer and come out on top. You know, for him to, you know, it was a lot to expect out of a young guy like that, where he's at, to just turn it around and never look back, right? A lot of us have been in that same situation where we turn something around and we have a little couple stumbles once we start moving in the right direction before we become more efficient and let it really fall in our past and grow from it, right? And I think those 2 losses against Detroit in the final game of the season, as well as the playoff loss, were tremendous for Sam Darnold. I'm ecstatic to see what he does this year. I've always kind of low key been a little bit of a Seattle fan because, I started watching football more for the superstars rather than a specific team. Adrian Peterson was my guy. So, not so as a result, running backs tended to be guys that I admired. Beast mode, Marshawn Lynch was just something there. And then the emergence of Russell Wilson. I'm a massive Russell Wilson fan. To me, he's the reason why the quarterback position is regarded the way it is now, right? There was a lot of talk prior to him winning a Super Bowl. Oh, the mobile quarterback, can he do it? Can he not do it? But Russell Wilson proved that a mobile quarterback could win the Super Bowl. And since then, we have seen mobile quarterback after mobile quarterback in all different shapes and sizes. Some elite quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson. We've seen Josh Allen emerge. A lot of dual threat quarterbacks um, that have become part of the NFL, all because of what Russell Wilson did in Seattle and how he emerged and change the perspective of a lot of these GMs and like owners and that kind of build teams, right? So I'm extremely happy that they are where they are, and I'm hoping that Seattle does really well. I hope it doesn't really kick us in the butt. I hope they don't take a look. Do we play them this year? I haven't. I have to go back to the schedule. I don't know if we do, but either way, whether we do or we don't, I'm excited for them. I hope we meet them in the playoffs if we have to. Be an awesome storyline to be a witness to. So, extremely happy when it comes to that. I also love the fact that all of our team showed up for OTAs. School Barbara just said it in the comments here. Yeah, it's incredible to see the commitment, that teamwork, that camaraderie. That's one of the glues that I foresaw last year going in. After spending a lot of time watching OTAs and watching every little clip and watching like Purple Insider and everybody that's like actually there reporting and just trying to get a good, assessment through a third person account to see where our strengths and things. And I immediately identified this kind of like brotherhood, this camaraderie, this team. They play for each other. They love each other. We saw it because there were so many times the team could have easily thrown Sam Darnold under the bus, thrown anybody under the bus, based on what was going on last year when we hit some rocky patches. I don't remember any one of our Vikings players in post-game interviews or in TikToks or in Instagram reels or in tweets complaining, throwing people under the bus. It was incredible to see that teamwork, that camaraderie, that that factor that we need to keep the team together through adversity. And we saw a lot of adversity and they stuck together. And I think those lessons learned are going to be huge this year going forward. One of my biggest concerns or biggest hopes that I had for last year's team is that throughout the year, all the lessons that the team would learn and grow from would make the whole roster, the coaching staff, that much better and prepared for when JJ McCarthy steps into the limelight, becomes QB1, and starts his journey from never playing a game in the league to where I foresee a Super Bowl win sometime in our future. So I don't know what the process is. The process is always up and down. It's different for every team. I would love to see a Patriots dynasty emerge. I've said it a bunch of times that I think that we have all the ingredients for it to work. But you know what? Just because you throw all the ingredients in a pot, if you don't know how to put if you don't know the recipe, if you don't know how to get the final product, you don't even turn the oven on. You ain't baking a cake. Doesn't matter if all the ingredients are in there, right? So I have a lot of faith. I have a lot of high hopes in this team into this year, as well as going forward. And all the things that I'm seeing, like the fact that all of our team showed up for OTAs, is a huge sign that these guys are a family. They're there for each other, and they're going to be. It's going to be a big factor to their strength, their ability to progress through adversity. So I'm ecstatic. So I can rant forever about how amazing and how great I feel about the Minnesota Vikings, and I'm going to be doing a couple videos touching base on a couple things, um, where leading up to the preseason and whatnot, just kind of giving you my insights, the thoughts that I have, the little the tea leaves, the signs that I'm seeing that give me so much hope. Um, so hopefully I can give you guys a good picture, or kind of give you a good description of what I see in my head, and hopefully you guys agree. And which brings me to today's video. Today's video is just about JJ McCarthy. Right now, I am ecstatic from what I saw, from every clip and video that I saw, all the pictures, as well as um, accounts from like Purple Insider, for example, that sat down and right after watching the practices, were going through everything they had saw and recounted things. So it was awesome to hear the third party accounts and the videos. So that's what we're going to talk today about today. These boys are back. Look at this team right here we have in front of us, man. JJ McCarthy looks like these guys belong, man. These guys have been it looks like these guys have been around forever. I know it's just a static picture and it's just fun to kind of speculate, and it's just way too much reading into it right now, but I love what I'm seeing here. We got all our boys. All our boys are there. Like, incredible. Like, we've been dying to see a picture like this where all these guys are on the field, and we're only a few weeks away. I'm excited because I'm heading SKOL Fest this year. Falcons game. We're definitely going to be in attendance. So if you guys are there, I hope to see you guys there. We'll definitely be going to be doing a bunch of videos leading up to SKOL Fest and what's going on. So yeah, but let's get into it. I want to start with this quick video that like 1 minute video, just kind of from the Minnesota Vikings channel. It's just kind of more of like a stinger, kind of like a hype video, not really going into depth and showing a lot of reps or anything like that. I have another video that we're going to kind of react to as well, but I just kind of want to get hyped a little bit, and let's see our boy, let's see what or our Vikings organization has clipped up for us here. Let's freaking go, boys. Woo. I don't know about you, but I'm getting chills just watching this. And I've watched this like 5 times already. Every time. Ooh. There we go. Oh man, Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason. Oh my God. Oh my God. We are so blessed on offense. It's not even funny. And I think all the pieces that we have seen brought in, through the influence of, B-Flow and KOC, bringing some key quality guys. Love everything that we did in the draft. I'll make a video about my thoughts ongoing when it comes to the draft. I'm muting this. I highly suggest this is a video from Matty Doves. On the top left of the corner here, these are all the channels and Twitter handles of people or that are covering a lot of the OTAs right there from training camp. So make sure to follow them if you haven't. These guys are great to keep you guys in the loop, give you guys more in depth or even the full picture of a lot of these highlights, where a lot of us content creators might just bring you a couple clips here and there. They'll give you the full raw unedited stuff plus their own opinion and commentary. Incredible channels. Definitely go look into these channels, as well as Matty Dub's channel. The reason why I'm muting is because I didn't want his reaction or his perspective to kind of skew what I see in regards to these highlights. So I highly recommend you guys go check out his video. I'm sure he's got some great insights for you guys as well when it comes to these highlights. So right off the bat, we're starting with some handoff drills here. Oh man, just seeing little things, right? Look at the footwork, nice good steps. He just looks smooth. I don't see any issues when it comes to his knee. Everything looks smooth. Everything looks like going through the not really going through the motions, but just it's nice to see our boys, JJ especially, uh, in actual drills, right? Because we've just been speculating for so long, and this first highlight here with these first couple drills just kind of gives me some confidence in like how he's planting on his knee. I'm not seeing a ton of stuff when it comes to that. Let's move forward. And now, oh, here we go, Mr. Jordan Mason. What a big boy this guy. Oh man, I am excited to see this man fall down for 11 yards for us, man, because that was the one thing that really stood out to me when I watched Jordan Mason throughout the last year when he filled in for Christian McCaffrey. That boy's legs keep on churning, man. He falls down for 10 yards. It's unreal. Like he just keeps moving forward. Not exactly like, but I do remember an ex-Viking that used to truck some people and carry people down or down the field with them. So not a direct comparison, but it's nice to be able to see a running back that can run aggressive like that and look to bully people, because that's the style of running that I like. Aaron Jones is also looking nice and quick as well. So man, this is going to be a fun season. We got a little bit of a read option play going on here with the team, with this drill here. So I'm excited. The read option. Man, I have a little bit of a bad, I don't know, feeling, not feeling, just it irks me a little bit ever since Nick Foles destroyed us with that read option in the NFC title game. We go down, we score that first touchdown. I'm thinking, ooh, here we go. We know we got their number. We have a game plan. It's going to be back and forth. This is a shootout. And we all know what happened after that. Our defense, oh man, could not figure out. Like, bro. And the thing is that the reason why I'm not so familiar with, because it wasn't until last year that I started watching college football. In the Zone, a Zoe from In the Zone podcast was definitely huge inspiration and motivation to get me into college football. That way I can kind of get a deeper understanding of the draft process and what these guys are doing going into the league, right? So I'm excited to see. So I didn't have a good understanding of the read option, so I didn't see it a ton. So it really irked me when I seen Nick Foles and all them freaking just shred our defense with that. I'm like, what is going on? This is a college like offensive scheme. You guys played in college. You guys should know how to play defense against the run, the read option, and you guys literally dropped the ball. So let's not have go through old deep wounds. Those should be already covered up and healed over. It should just be scar tissue by now. Let's move on. Regardless, it's nice to see that we're incorporating some different things. We're seeing different handoffs here. Everything that I see from our quarterbacks. Another little side note while we're talking about JJ McCarthy and just how awesome he looks in these clips here is Sam Howell, right? So there was a couple times from what I heard through the Purple Insider podcast that he did, where he was talking about how they had JJ and Sam Howell throwing passes at the same time, and they could visually see the speed that the ball comes out of JJ McCarthy's hand in comparison to Sam Howell is definitely noticeable, right? So it gives me hope, just one in two different ways. One, that JJ McCarthy does have a lot of the skill set that a lot of people maybe have forgotten or just because it's been time, you know, we forget because he hasn't been on this field, right? We as Vikings fans, I don't know about you guys, but you may not have seen a ton of his college tape, right? So you may be apprehensive. You may not even know. Can he throw the ball? Can he do anything? Is he going to be? Is he going to be? What's he going to be? Are we going to get? Are we going to get Drake May or no? A fair comparison. Are we going to get like I don't know. Are we going to get like someone young? Are we going to get Josh Rosen or are we going to get RG3 or not RG3. Who's another young guy that's got a similar skill set to him that's half decent? Who's a good guy right now? Trying to think who's that guy that kind of fits that mold. The point I'm making is we don't really know because we haven't spent a lot of time. We haven't seen him in a game since that preseason game. We look phenomenal. Let's be real. So there's a little bit of apprehension. The thing of what we don't know may hurt us in the butt. You know, he could. I get it. A lot of people might be feeling like he go out there and in 3 weeks prove that he is a bust, right? And I get that fear, but after I've watched a lot of his tape from college, as well as now or last preseason and OTAs, and then going into now, I'm extremely ecstatic. We're seeing a lot of good things. I don't see any favoring of his knee at all. I wouldn't be able to tell you because right now it's slipping my mind which knee was the one that he got the knee scope on, but um, yeah, like I don't see him favor. I don't see a knee brace on there. He looks solid, right? So I'm excited to see. Here we go. It's Sam Howell, right? So let's see. Oh, it's another handoff. But anyways, we are looking at some awesome tape here, guys. I feel like there's a lot of awesome things that we did, like a lot of awesome things that we saw. I know we saw a pick in one of the practices yesterday or the day before's, where Purple Insider was giving him a pass for because it may have been that JJ might have let up off the route because he didn't want to, it's practice. You don't want to get potential any contact or anything like that. So he kind of gave him a pass. For me, he's still a rookie, so I'm going to ignore some of those things. The things that I'm really concerned of when it comes to the quarterback position and a young guy is does he look poised? Do you guys remember Andrew Luck in his first preseason game? I don't know. To me, when I watched that, that was the first non-Vikings preseason game that I think I ever saw. Just because of the hype and everything that was going on when it came to Andrew Luck. And one thing that I noticed when it came to Andrew Luck in that first preseason game is one, his control of the offense and control, like his poise, his footwork, and his ability to complete the plays that uh, that they called, right? So like it just seemed like he had been there forever. A lot of things that I've seen in the past when watching some of our older rookie quarterbacks that we've drafted, going back when watching OTAs, you see a lot of things like procedural stuff, right? So they get up to the line, they go and they hut the ball, and they forget mid where they're supposed to be looking. And it just seems like they just kind of get confused, and before you know it, they've spent too much time. That's considered uh, like might as well have been a sack, or like you see like the receivers just kind of like break off their routes and just kind of like what's going on, right? So like there wasn't a lot of these like kind of like weird um like plays that kind of fall apart just through procedural stuff, like kind of looking back like, crap, was I supposed to fake handoff to the left or the right there? Just kind of confusing things that were young players, usually struggle with when it comes to internalizing the playbook and stuff like that. So, he's got a little bit of an advantage because he's gotten 2 full years essentially, or this is his going into his second full year where he's internalized the playbook. He's learned quite a bit of it, right? So, and he's been on the sidelines plus in the QB rooms all season last year. So his understanding of the playbook looks awesome. So he's just able to run the plays as is without having to think, which is huge for a rookie, right? A lot of the times rookies make a lot of mistakes because they get lost and they panic and they start thinking instead of reacting and just trusting their ability, their coaching, and their preparation, right? So I like to see that. I love to see that we didn't see any of that today or in the last couple practices. Um, he seemed confident. He seemed like I said, I heard accounts of the ball coming out really quick out of his hand. He threw some. There was one play that I remember Purple Insider talking about where he was talking about how he went through his read. He missed the pass to JJ, which was the number one option on the route, and he ended up just throwing it deep to Addison on essentially like a broken play because and the comment was, even though everything broke down, he was still able to get the ball out, and he threw it quite a distance downfield, right? I can't remember off the top of my head if Jordan caught it or not, but regardless, those little things are the things that are going to matter when it comes to regular season football as well as preseason, right? Like they'll get into the swing in preseason, but more importantly, for that week 1, 2, and 3 matchups, because I feel like those are going to be the most telling for JJ McCarthy because uh, we're going to see how prepared he is. If we see him, I'm trying to think of like an a quarterback in recent history that was just so unprepared, and we saw it when in that week 1 game or week 2 game. I'm sure I'm blanking, and I know you guys could definitely put that in the chat. But for me, it's a sign that we're we can just let our hopes or let our doubts kind of like fall to the wayside and just have confidence knowing that he is like well prepared, set up for success. Let's be real. He's got the number one receiver, arguably the best receiving core in the league. Let's be real. Um, so he's got a whole bunch. He's got a safety blanket in one of the best tight ends. He's got two running backs that one of the best friends for a young rookie quarterback is the running game, and we have a wily veteran in Aaron Jones and a beast in Jordan Mason. So a lot of that pressure is going to be taken off of him. I expect to see a lot of what he did in Michigan. And I want to finish off by saying JJ McCarthy has been a winner at all levels of football that he has played at. He all like when we look at his Michigan tenure, you can't really say, "Oh man, JJ McCarthy was Superman out there." He Everything ran through his arm and his ability to create plays and play the position, right? That wasn't the storyline. He very much was more looked at as a game manager, right? But so was Tom Brady when he first came into the league, right? He's got a whole road ahead of him to develop a whole bunch of skill sets to develop into a franchise top 10, hopefully top 5 quarterback in the near future. And he has the experience coming in is that he's really good at understanding where his weapons lie and where the strengths of the team lie and playing towards that. That's what he did in Michigan. That's why they won the title. Crap, yeah, that's why they won the title. What am I talking about? And as a result, I feel like those skills and that ability to not be, not fall to his ego are going to be massive factors to his development and his success. So I'm extremely excited. Again, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Today, we just again, it's just a quick one. Just I want to get right back into the swing of making videos again now that we're back into OTAs and it is the 2025 season. A little bit of adversity for myself as well over the last few months, ever since basically December, but I've been pushing through just like our Minnesota Vikings. I'm going to push through adversity for you guys to make sure that I'm here every single day bringing you guys Vikings content, whether it's a hot take review where we're just going to break down some idiot on the mainstream media. I'm looking at you, Nick, right? Saying something stupid about our Minnesota Vikings and just chopping them up for it because they're just idiots. Let's be real. Almost every single take that I hear from the mainstream media is just, it's like they pick a deck. It's like they get the first card given to them in poker, and they already know they have a straight flush. You haven't gotten the rest of your cards. You don't know the things that us Vikings insiders or our Vikings content creators spend a lot of time diving into and learning about. So they don't have the context most of the time because our team is disrespected, ignored. But you know what? It's not going to be for much longer. This team is on the way up. We proved it last year. This roster, in my opinion, is a top 5 roster in the NFL. We have one of the best quarterbacks and GM combos in the league. We have a top tier defensive coordinator that has won Super Bowls, that was part of that New England dynasty that witnessed firsthand what it takes to build and be a part of a well-oiled machine, a juggernaut that takes control of the NFL. We got all the things to help this boy, JJ McCarthy, thrive in Minnesota. And I don't doubt that he will. And I'm so excited to be there to witness it. Again, if you guys are coming to the Atlanta Falcons versus Vikings home opener game, head on down. I'll be there. We're going to be at SKOL Fest. I'll continue to make videos coming up, highlighting SKOL Fest coming up. But I really want to take the time. SKOL for life, Mr. Barber. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for all you guys hanging out and showing some support this entire time. And you know what? It's SKOL time, baby. It's time that we become unapologetic about a Minnesota Vikings team. We are one of the best teams in the league, and we are going to continue to prove it. 14 wins with a transitionary quarterback, a quarterback that, in my opinion, is totally turned things around. What are we going to do with JJ McCarthy that is arguably better, in my opinion, of course? Thank you so much, guys. I hope you guys have a great, wonderful day. SKOL Vikings. I'll see you guys on the next one.